Most wealthy people enjoy showing off their wealth. Young people like to express themselves on social media. Combine wealthy and young together, and you have lots of sharing happening online, specifically Instagram. Whether they're wearing shirts that say, "Stop being poor," or posting about picking up a new car, these kids have a lot to show off. Here are some ridiculously rich kids on Instagram. If you're brand new to our channel, make your life richer by subscribing to our channel. All you need to do is click on the red subscribe button and make that bell ring with a click to turn on the notifications. Andrew Warren. Andrew Warren is one of Manhattan's most elite socialites. His list of besties include kids who have the last names of Trump, Kennedy, and Hilton. He has nearly 100,000 followers on Instagram and is always posting about his lavish lifestyle. For example, how much are you willing to spend on a night at a hotel? Andrew and his friends spent nearly $50,000 on a hotel stay. But he will insist that he's a completely normal kid. Yeah, right. Just ignore the pictures of him enjoying expensive booze, lavish pools, and riding on premium motor vehicles. Blech. ROXY CONRAD GAUT. ROXY CONRAD GAUT is living the good life, and she makes sure to show it off on Instagram. While Brexit was happening, she was hanging out in the Bahamas and hanging out on Pig Beach. According to her Instagram, she seems to never be too far away from the beach life, and she's pretty popular on the social network with about 14,000 followers. From wearing designer clothing to being able to travel halfway around the world in a short time span, ROXY has money and isn't discreet about it at all. She is originally from Newport, California, and has become quite the online socialite. Mick Mulders. Mick Mulders is a youngin' from the Netherlands that has an Instagram following of a little over 3,000 people. He co-owns the company FBYMM, which stands for Fashion by Mick in Milan, which is a worldwide personal shopping service. The company must be doing pretty well, or he comes from a wealthy family because his Instagram account is pretty impressive. He's traveling around the world, shopping for the richest and brightest, attending the hottest concerts, and more. Not only is he living fabulously, but he is clearly a hard worker as well, since many of his posts include him out on the job. SERENA KERRIGAN. If this rich kid looks familiar, you might be a follower of Refinery29. SERENA KERRIGAN is barely in her mid-20s and already making a name for herself. She has about 10,000 followers on Instagram and is the host and producer of her own show at Refinery29. Even before she got to that point, she was a rich kid living her best life, as seen on her Instagram account. Some of her latest Instagram posts include her relaxing by the beach in a designer swimsuit or sporting a hot dress on a red carpet in Southern California. One of her photos is even of her in a pink room with flamingo balloons. Jealous. Ezra J. William. Ezra J. William is clearly living his best life right now. How do we know that? Take a look at his Instagram account and watch him pose in a way that he gives Beyonce a run for her money. Whether he's sitting in traffic in his private car while wearing designer glasses or sporting some studded heels, Ezra is living a wealthy life and his 74,000 followers on Instagram are loving every minute of it. We poor people can live through Ezra and watch his adventures from the comforts of our couch, making him one of the most entertaining accounts out there. DANIELLE NAFTALI. DANIELLE NAFTALI hangs out with a pretty elite crowd, which includes Ezra J. Williams and Andrew Warren. She is from New York and comes from a real estate family, and her father, Mike Naftali, owns the Naftali Group. In short, she doesn't have to worry much about being broke. While she does post her share of Instagram posts where she is living the high life, she also wants to learn about the family business and help run the company. Danielle has been spending a lot of time at the beach lately and attending some of the hottest parties in the world with the most exclusive guest lists. Annabelle Schwartz. Annabelle Schwartz has had a privileged childhood and she's not afraid to admit it. However, she's not a fan of the backlash of getting pointed out as a rich kid. Despite her Instagram being flooded with photos of her lavish lifestyle, including posing in front of a helicopter with her friends in France, she has over 11,000 followers and works in real estate in New York City. Annabelle also started her own fashion line back when she was in high school, showing that she's pretty driven and strives to work hard even though she's already wealthy. Peter M. Brandt Jr. Peter M. Brandt Jr. is the son of billionaire Peter Brandt, who made his fortune as a paper magnate. His mother is supermodel Stephanie Seymour. He's got over 116,000 followers on Instagram, and his account definitely reflects his lavish life. However, just because someone makes a lot of money, it doesn't mean that life is perfect. In 2016, he was arrested in New York's JFK airport after apparently throwing a drunken temper tantrum. His Instagram looks like it's a series of stills from a movie about rich kids. And he's clearly living a fabulous life. Julia MOSHY. Whether she's taking pictures of food, in a fancy car, or laying out on the beach in a bikini, Julia MOSHY has proven herself to be a rich kid to watch. She lives life as a freelance writer for Teen Vogue, along with maintaining an Instagram fanbase of nearly 18,000 followers. Julia often finds herself in Los Angeles despite living in New York City. But she can clearly afford the trips. While it's unknown where her wealth comes from, Julia has mastered the art of posting her extravagant lifestyle on Instagram. CHRYSEIS Tan. CHRYSEIS Tan is the daughter of Tan Sri Vincent Tan, who has a net worth of nearly $1 billion. Her Instagram is filled with photos of herself in massive mansions, beach time, laying out by the pool, traveling the world, and even getting engaged and married to the son of another billionaire. But just because she comes from massive money, it doesn't mean she isn't a working woman. CHRYSEIS is the CEO of Beryaha Times Square and is very active in the fashion world, investing money in new technology for fashion-friendly apps. Considering she doesn't have to worry about bills, CHRYSEIS does it all for the love of the industry. Since we're on the topic of rich kids, you might think the wealthiest kid is on this list. Well, think again. Who is one of the wealthiest kids in the world? Find out at the end of the video. Morgan Stewart. 27-year-old Morgan Stewart may not be a kid, but she's young, she's beautiful, and she's filthy rich. Her father is Hebert Stewart, who owns H Construction Company based in Beverly Hills. Morgan has a blog called Boobs and Lubes and stars in the show Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. She has garnered her fame from her blog, Instagram, and her reality TV gig, and has garnered a net worth of about $1 million. It seems that Morgan does pretty well for herself, and people enjoy what she shares on her Instagram account by living vicariously through her. Brian. His Instagram handle is Brian Oficial, and there's not much we know about this rich kid. But if you look at his photos, he is clearly living the wealthy life. Between shopping, being a fashion icon, and posting pictures of things like Chanel purses and enjoying beach parties, one of his photos was even of him on the red carpet at the Cannes Film Festival. He's living a luxurious lifestyle, which entertains his followers of over 6,000 people. One thing for sure is that Brian is making us feel like Belle, and that we're living a provincial life. Dorothy Wang. It seems that 27 is a magic number because that's how old Dorothy Wang was when she was recognized as one of the richest kids on Instagram. Her father is Robert Wang, who is the CEO of the company Golden Eagle International Group and has a net worth of about $4 billion. If you're not familiar with Golden Eagle's work, they own a bunch of chain malls in China. Dorothy also stars in the show Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, and she also owns her own jewelry line called Fabulux. She clearly wants for nothing, as you can see on her Instagram account. PARAM Sharma. Also known as Lavish P, 19-year-old PARAM Sharma borders on the line of ridiculous when it comes to showing off his wealth. One of his photos even featured him holding a wad of cash like a cell phone. He once shot $4,000 into the sky as a way to make fun of people who donate money. PARAM has also gone into some trouble when he sold a stolen iPhone on Craigslist. Plus, he has also called the Kardashians peasants. Okay there, dude. His Instagram is always showing off plenty of Starbucks and Louis Vuitton, but his actual net worth is up in the air. ROXY SOWLATY. Maybe not quite so much a kid these days, but ROXY SOWLATY is definitely enjoying the lavish lifestyle of the rich and famous. Her father is Sam Soulati, who owns AcuPrint, a printing company that's based in Los Angeles. At one point, she had her own TV show and liked to be called a Persian princess. On the show, her parents were always cutting her off because of overspending. Granted, her net worth is about $100,000, which is significantly lower than some of the kids on this list. She has about 420,000 followers on Instagram, and she has some TV fame under her belt. E.J. Johnson. E.J. Johnson is the son of famous basketball player Magic Johnson. The kid is rich, and he holds nothing back in showing off how much cash he has. He has been featured on the show Rich Kids and clearly doesn't have to work a day job to enjoy his lavish lifestyle. It also seems that these days, EJ is becoming more popular than dear old dad with a net worth of about $2 million. Because he's got all the cash, he has the free time to enjoy things he loves, like fashion, and works as a correspondent with E's Fashion Police. Baron Hilton. If that last name looks familiar, there's a reason why. Baron Hilton is the younger brother of Paris and Nikki Hilton. Like his older sisters, he is enjoying the wealthy life. His net worth is about $15 million, and while he is a college graduate and such, he has a knack for getting into trouble. After graduating, he was fined $4.6 million for driving under the influence and injuring a gas station worker. That's quite an expensive DUI, and it seems that the Hilton family fortune can just afford to bail him out. As his Instagram shows, he's enjoying life. Robert Cavalli. Also known as Robin, Robert Cavalli is yet another child of money. If you want a glimpse of high society, wealthy friends, gourmet food, then Robert's Instagram is the account to follow. He is the youngest son of fashion legend Robert Cavalli and Eva Duringer. If that doesn't cry wealthy, we don't know what does. Robert is heir to the $500 million family fortune and is living life as a college student. Evan Luthra. Unlike some of the other kids in this video, Evan Luthra is a self-made millionaire with thousands of followers, and boy does he like to show off his wealth, who he's hanging out with, and his latest toys. He was born in India and started working in technology when he was just 12 years old. When he was 13, he started working on developing apps. At the age of 20, he was in charge of EL Group International, working with clients like Google and Godiva Chocolate. Luthra is also dedicated to investing money into startups, as well as showing off his vast wealth on his Instagram account. Dan Bilzerian. 34-year-old Dan Bilzerian is probably the oldest guy on this list, but he also has a massive following of over 10 million people. His Instagram account shows off just how lavish his lifestyle is. He posts photos of himself with beautiful women, swimming in the most luxurious pools, fine dining, and even posing with some weapons. How did he get all of his money? Well, for one, he's a professional poker player, and he's also a trust fund baby. You could almost call him the male version of Paris Hilton, as he is one of the most popular socialites out there on the web. Who is one of the wealthiest kids in the world, and why aren't they on this list? Because she's not old enough to have a social media account. Princess Charlotte actually has a net worth of about $3.6 billion, which is quite a bit more than her big brother, who is the future king of England. We hope you enjoyed this video. Do you aspire to be a rich kid and show off your wealth on Instagram? Tell us in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, then check out some of our other stuff on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!